What's up, everybody? Master Reactor here, and today I have a replay, but it is a Edison replay. So first of all, I will show off the deck that I am running. This is a instant fusion zombie deck. So pretty damn good. Have been having some pretty good results on the new Edison ladder. So we'll go over the card by card. We have a Gale, we have triple Caius, we have one Dark Arm Dragon. We have two Goblin Zombies, one Gores, double Krebons, one Mizuki, one Plague, one Commander, triple Turtle, one Sangin, one Reaper, one Trag, and one Zombie Master. 20 monsters, pretty solid. Could maybe cut one of these Krebons. I just added a second one recently, and I actually seen the deck that did good in the Rulers tournament, and I was thinking about putting a second Krebons in here, and he actually had two Krebons in his deck, so I was like, oh, well, that's just like all I need to know just to add another one. So we have an Allure of Darkness, we have Triple Book of Life, one Brain Control, one E-Telly, one Foolish, one Heavy, triple Instant Fusion, one MST, one Call, double Compulse, Mirror Force, Return, Solum, Torrential, and Dust Shoot, rounding out the 40. I could cut one of these compulsives for a Mind Control, but I just don't know. Mind Control's obviously amazing. Like, take their monster, and we are playing 5 tuners, so it seems pretty good, but I don't know. I think Compulse is really good as well, so that's like the one thing I could just like change about this. Going on to the side deck though, we have 2 DD Crows, we have 1 Grand Mole, 2 Snowman Eaters, 2 Smash the Grounds, 1 Soul Release, 2 Bottomlesses, 2 D Prisons, 1 Mind Crush, and 2 Pulling the Rug. Onto the extra deck, we have 1 Darkfire Dragon, 1 Musician King, we have 1 Reaper on the Nightmare, 1 Alley of Justice Catastor, we have 1 Arcanine Magician, 1 Black Rose, 1 Bryonic, 1 Colossal Fire, 1 Dark Arm and Dragon, 1 Doom Kaiser Dragon. We have 1 Goyo Guardian. I can't even speak right now. What the fuck? I just tried to make this video on my other laptop and it was just ass, so I went back to my old laptop and I'm just very frustrated because the free play would not load. So I'm just hoping it loads right now. So anyways, back to this. We have 1 Revived King Hades, 1 Stardust, 1 Thought Ruler Archfiend, and 1 X-Saber Airbellum. It's Urbellum. Okay. So that is the deck. Let me know in the comments anything you would change about the deck. Seeing that, and let's get on with the Edison format replay. Here we go. I think this is like a kind of like a mirror match thing. We're playing against Filogamo, so I think it was a mirror match, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it just works right away on this laptop. Cool. The laptop, my laptop is supposed to be way better than this. Like, it's a touchscreen. This laptop is ass compared to the other one, but obviously this one's better for making videos because the other one just doesn't want to load. So getting into it though, RPS time. I throw scissors and he just throws rock. It just gets me right away. So it kind of lagged a little bit there, but that's what happened, and it's lagging even more now, obviously. So he opens Armageddonite, Mystic Tomato, Caius, Call, Mirror Force, and draws Dark Arm Dragon for turn. I've got Trag, Gale, Solum, Turtle, and Dark Arm Dragon. Not like the best starting for me. 4 monsters in a trap is obviously not great at all. But he decides to set Call and set Tomato and pass. I draw into a Goblin Zombie. And I'm just hoping this is a Raikou, so I just run out the Goblin Zombie right now and try to get value with it. But it is a Mystic Tomato. And for some reason, he thinks that it gets ran over, and I just tell him to stop. You're not going to deck or anything, bro. Like, that's not how this works. They're both at 1100. So let's just put that back here. And I just pass. And then he draws, or he already had, oh, he drew Malicious Return. It's kind of lagging a little bit, but that's fine. He summons Armageddonite, sends the Plague, and goes to battle, hits my Goblin Zombie with the Tomato. I take 300. I search. Oh no, I drop Trag here first, because I'm just like, why not? And I search Zombie Master. Maybe should have searched something else there, but I don't know. I was just thinking about like using Trag's effect to take it or something. But he sets Mirror Force and just passes. I draw into Gores, which is pretty damn good. Really good draw here. Decide just to switch this Trag here and try to get in with the Armageddonite. That does get met with a Mirror Force, so we're okay with that trade. Pretty much clearing his only Mirror Force he's going to have. And I just set the turtle and I just pass. He draws into another Armageddon Knight, so I'm like, okay, this is fun. He sacks the Armageddon Knight for Caius, and he banishes my turtle. And he activates Call of the Haunted here, targeting the Plague. And he synchros both of them for a Bryonic. So now it's like he thinks he has game here, but luckily I have his cores in hand. So it's just not going to be game. And then he drops that on me. So now he's like, this is big time game. This guy's done for. He pitches the Brio to send back the Call the Haunted to hand. And then he goes for the Malicious play here. And drops Malicious. And then special summons the Plague. Makes a Stardust Dragon. And now he just thinks it's over. I take 2300. And decide just to drop his boards here. Just to make sure I don't die. And instead of just attacking, he goes to main phase 2, which didn't make a lot of sense here by wasting your darks. Like, there was really no reason to do this. You could have just attacked over with Dark Armed and attacked and got it for 25. But he decides to do that, and he sets 1 and just passes. So now, as you can tell, I do have 3 darks in graveyard. I draw Foolish Barrel for turn, which is a pretty good draw here. I'm just going to drop the dad here because I'm pretty sure that is Call the Haunted. I get in for the Stardust. He takes that. And then when I go to main phase 2, he does actually Call the Haunted, putting the Stardust back. So that kind of does stop me for a second, but I'm like, oh, let me see what I can do here. Let's see what the plays are. The play is to activate Foolish Burial and send the Plague. The Plague, the Plague, the Plague. Okay, and I summon Zombie Master, discard the Gale, get back the Plague with its effect, summon Bryonic, use Bryonic to bounce the Stardust, and then use Dark Arm to pop all 3 of his shit here, leaving him with not much, so he had that whole board of shit, and just 2 cards just shits on him. He draws Armageddon Knight, and just passes. I draw into Instant Fusion. I just get in here for 28 and 23, putting him pretty low at 2600. I set the Instant Fusion as a bluff and pass. He draws Torrential Tribute, and just sets both of them and passes. And I instantly just use that to pop the face down and just scoops. So we go to game 2 here. He gets to go first again. So it's like, alright. Can I get him again? He opens pretty damn busted here. We got E-Telly, Trap Dust Shoot, Call, Crabons, Mizuki, and Armageddon Knight. I guess it's not like the busted his hand, but when you open Dust Shoot, it's pretty good. E-Telly's obviously amazing. Call the Haunted's pretty damn good in this format too. So he's going to summon the Armageddon Knight and send the Malicious. My hand is pretty fucking ass. Double Turtle, Compulse, Return, and Krebons. So how am I going to come back? I draw into Goblin Zombie. He flips the Trap Dust Shoot, sends back my Krebons right away. I say okay. I decide just to run out this turtle and get in with the Crash. And decide just to summon Mizuki here. I'm just thinking like maybe I can like get this to graveyard, banish it, return play or something in the future. So that's just what I was going through my mind. Decide just to second close and just pass. Don't really want to commit to return yet because this could be a Pro Storm, but it's not. He draws Book of Life return here. He uses the Malicious, gets the Malicious out. He activates E-Telly. I'm just like, okay, that's fine. And when he does that, I do chain Compulse here, and I put the Malicious back in his hand. The reason why I do this is because I think there's a card in this format, if I'm not mistaken, that just like negates traps, and he knows I have Compulse. So I'm like, I just feel like I want this in his hand just to be a dead draw. But unfortunately, he does have the Mizuki. He summons it. And he makes himself a Royal Garden, and this is when he just takes forever to think about it. He's like, think. It's like, what are we thinking about, bro? Just hurry the fuck up. So he thinks forever, and then I tell him, come on, man, and he just goes to battle, which I knew he was just going to do. And he steals my Mizuki, and now I'm in a really bad spot here, so it's like, how can I come back from this game? We only have a Goblin Zombie, a Turtle, and a Return. And he just passes. That's a pretty good draw there to make me somewhat maybe come back. So I do go for this Book of Life here. And he says, okay. And right here, I could have just targeted the Krebons, and he could have just chain called the Haunted to negate the Book of Life. Not really sure why he didn't do that. Pretty sure it works like that, right? Target one zombie monster in your graveyard and one monster. Yeah, so if I target Krebons, you just chain call. So he didn't do that. That was really a huge misplay right there. He would have won the game right there. So I decided just to run into my Mizuki with the Goblin Zombie and then crash this turtle. And he does decide to get the turtle on his side. So I'm just like, okay, that's fine. Main phase 2, my only play is to make a 6 here for Bryonic. And I get the Goblin Zombie. I get another Goblin Zombie. I use Brio to send back the Goyo. And how did I get that back? What happened with that? How did I? Oh yeah, I banished Mizuki and I special summoned the Goblin Zombie. He draws into Dark Grepher for turn, so I'm like, okay. He pitches this, and now at this point, I think he's just gonna beat me. There's like nothing I can do. And to be fair, he should have beat me with the way his board is. Like he has call and everything, but he decides to synchro here for 6, and I'm just like, okay. He brings out his Goyo Guardian again. I'm like, all right, that's fine. And he goes to battle, hits my Bryonic. I take the 500. He gets it to his turn. I search Goblin Zombie and get Zombie Master. And I think he just passes there. Yeah, he just passes. I draw into Kaya's return, which is really damn good. This guy could have just instantly Book a Life here and just banished my Plague. And again, he would have probably won. But he knows I have return, so maybe that wasn't the right play. But the call on and play definitely was the right play. So I decided just to go for this Plague here. And I put back the turtle. I sack for Kaya's. And I clear the Goyo Guardian because I just don't like that card. Could have went for the back row, but it just seemed no reason to do that. And then I activate return here, put me at 23. I go for the Mizuki and the whatchamacallit, Plague. And I go into my Goyo Guardian, I think, yeah. And I decide to banish and get back the Goblin Zombie in Graveyard. And I go for the Plague again here. And I make a 6. And I go for Doom Kaiser Dragon. Kaiser, I said again. Kaiser Dragon. I get Goblin Zombie's effect to get Zombie Master. And I use Kaiser's effect to special summon Mizuki. Again, he could have just chain called the Haunted to stop that effect, but he decided not to. So I get in with the Goyo Guardian and I take his Brio. And now I have this giant-ass board on my side, and he's looking not that great with one Book of Life and a Call of the Haunted. And he draws into the Dark Grepher. So I don't think he can really do anything here. He's like, think. And now he plays the Call of the Haunted. And he sings the Plague. So I'm like, maybe he's going to come back and break the board. I don't really know. He uses the Book of Life, which he could have used last turn, and I wouldn't have got this Mizuki. He could have used Call of the Haunted like 3 different times to stop me, but he just decided not to do it. That's why Call of the Haunted is just so good in this format. Like, everything for Graveyard, Call of the Haunted just says no, like, to everything. He shows me Dark Grepher, I just don't know why, and then he makes himself a Iron Chain Dragon. I'm just like, okay, it's fine. He hits my Mizuki, or his Mizuki, I mean. I take the 800, I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then he says, I don't have Doom Kaiser, I keep saying Kaiser in Graveyard, I mean, in my extra deck, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. He makes himself an 8. He goes for Dark and Dragon. He pops my Goyo Guardian, and I'm just thinking, you showed me Dark Grepher in hand. So it's like, you're in main phase 2, there's nothing you can really do. And finally, he just says GG, and that is the game. So 2-0 there. My opponent was pretty mid, not gonna lie. Pretty damn mid. So, let me know what y'all thought about that. He misplayed a whole bunch of times. I actually came back from a spot where I probably shouldn't have. If I was playing against somebody that knew what he was doing, I definitely would have lost that game. And I don't even know what I'm doing, to be honest, in Edison. Y'all know I'm all GOAT. I'm GOAT all the way. I never actually played when this format, I swear I quit when this format was actually a format. So I really have no clue what I'm doing. But I think it's pretty fun, though. It's not the easiest format to really play because you have to know, like, what moves to make and what to do, when to do it, and shit. But I think I held my own on that match. So, that being said, y'all hit the like, hit the sub, something different for the channel. Peace out. Bye.